check this out. Hey, how's it going? Ron Morrison here, and Happy New Year. Hey, let me adjust this just a little bit for you. There you go. Hey, listen, this is a message that I wanted to share with you over the holiday. But then I thought, let's let the holiday go by, let everybody enjoy their message, or enjoy their holiday rather, get the end of the month and the year wrapped up. So hopefully most of that is already done for you guys, and you're well into 2019, which is great. We are too. And there's something great for you in 2019. It's the notion that you can, without question, sell more cars by spending less, particularly around marketing efforts and in exactly digital marketing efforts, right? I know this to be true because the dozens of stores that we help come to this realization not only appreciate it, but they never go back to spending on some of the digital marketing pieces, particularly around search engine marketing, that we share with them. And I'm going to tell you a story. But before then, I want to point out something. Oftentimes I get, well, hey, Ron, if I'm not going to do paid search, what should I do? Well, there's three things I think that you could do, Mr. Dealer. And again, this is for you, whether you're a dealer, whether you're a general manager, whether you're an internet marketing director for a group. This is something that I want you to consider. And you, by the way, you can come right there. You can come join us at the Slow Down Your Burn Rate event. By the way, SLO is an acronym for San Luis Obispo here on the beautiful Central Coast. I'll get back to that and the story in a minute. But if you were to no longer spend money on paid search marketing, for example, what are the three things you could do? Well, for one, you could keep it. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it in Hip National, as my buddy John O'Brien likes to say. You can put it in Hip National. That's what you started the dealership for. You're an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. You have the right to retain your own profits, keep it, and enjoy the benefits of being a business owner. So that's one thing you could do. The other thing you could do is you could reinvest it in your people. That, in my opinion, is perhaps the best thing that you could do. Make your people happier, make your people wealthier. That always translates into happier customers and more customers. So you might say, you know what, I'm going to make my people better, I'm going to make them happier, and I'm going to take the money that I spend in paid search, and I'm going to invest aggressively in helping them be better and helping them be more wealthy, right? You could do that. The other thing is you could remove friction from the experiences with your showroom, right? For decades, CSI reports and today Yelp and Google reviews all have evidence that customers find too much friction when they deal with us. So you could say, you know what, I'm going to take those dollars and I'm going to work very hard on removing friction, making this all these experiences better, Apple-esque, Starbucks-esque, whatever. Having customers fall in love with your experience, which, by the way, many of the professionals in the world today talk about that being the most disruption-proof strategy, is making sure people fall in love with your process and your people, and then you don't have to worry about some other infrastructure or technology disrupting your business operations or your market share. So here's a story. I told you I was going to tell you one. Here it is. For a couple of decades, I sold everything marketing that you can imagine in the automotive space, whether it was direct mail, television, radio, print, a lot of digital marketing, a lot of search engine marketing, heck, even my own platform for a search engine, social media strategies, sold it all for a few different companies. And many of my associates do the same thing. And our goal as a sales rep for those vendors, our goal was never to make sure you were profitable. Our goal was to do our job and sell for our company. Nothing wrong with that at all. Companies that are out there having salespeople sell for their company, they do a great job. A lot of vendors out there to be respected. They do a great job for their organization because that's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to be concerned most with them than you. I started this company about 5 years ago to do more of just that. And in some of the analysis of the data, things like attribution, things like ROI, things like matchback reporting, and all those sorts of things, we found that most of it was wrong. Completely wrong. Not that the vendors are wrong, just that the method or the strategy that we were looking at the data, completely wrong. In every single case, when I take a general manager or a dealer principal through their own Google Analytics, or even marketing directors, through their own Google Analytics, I often hear, why has no one ever shared this with us? How come no one had me look at that data all the time? And the reason is because when you look at that data, you say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm paying for traffic that I was already getting for free. I mean, imagine this. Imagine for a second you have a customer that you've sold 2 or 3 or 4 cars to, right? And imagine I told you that, listen, I know that they're most likely going to want to visit your website when they come for the next vehicle. But I'm going to put a paid search ad unit in front of them so that I can charge you $3 plus for the click. And then when they do buy, already you're south on the idea, right? You're like, wait a minute, that was my customer anyway. Well, Mr. Dealer, Mr. Marketing Director, you have thousands, many of you tens of thousands of visitors that visit your site on their own volition, whether you like it or not, they're going to visit your site. Google says so, Yahoo says so, Bing says so, even Facebook says so. They're going to visit your site whether you like it or not. And then here come us, a vendor in between them and you to take attribution, claim credit for it, charge you money for it. Now, this is not faulting the vendors. They do a great job at what they do. They're wonderful people. They wake up every day with good intentions in their hearts for their own company or for the company that they're reselling for, be it Yahoo or Google, what have you. What I'm talking about, there, that event, the slow down your burn rate, you'll see more detail on it here, is where you can come in on your way to NADA January 21st and 22nd, and you will learn how to know emphatically what of your digital marketing efforts are actually bringing traffic to your store, which ones are actually making you money, and which ones are. You will be able to, Mr. Marketing Director, Mr. Dealer, Mr. General Manager, in a 5-minute conversation, be able to turn the tables on any marketing rep and demonstrate that you know the difference between cannibalization and new traffic. You see, here's why I want you to spend less money. I spent a lot of years not being concerned with how much you spent. Now we are concerned. The market's changing. There's contraction. There's a lot of things that need to happen in your store, and it needs your attention and your money to make it happen. And we want to be the people that help you. By the way, at this event, there are no vendors to sell you anything. Absolutely none. This isn't an NADA or a digital dealer or some other conference where we're inviting you in to have a bunch of vendors share their products with you. Absolutely zero. This is all about you. This is our little way of trying to give back, to say, hey, wait a minute. Let's help you understand how to keep your own money and give you the specific strategies to sell more even while spending less. It's going to happen January 21st, 22nd. By the way, there are some great speakers that are attending. There's already a bunch of really cool dealers that are saying, hey, you know what? We're coming, and that's exciting. Large dealer groups. And we'd like to have you there. I'd like to have you there. I'd like to sit with you personally and help you confidently know that you can keep that $5, $8, $10, $50,000 of spend. You can keep that in your store and redirect it either to yourself, your people, or your process. That's the message. Look forward to seeing you. There's the link below. Click it and let's join. If you need to talk to me about it, give me a call. We'll talk about that too. We'll give you more detail. Hopefully we'll see you there. Have a spectacular day. Let's make 2019 the absolute most profitable year you've had in the industry. See ya. Bye.